come into the start gates now and take those last few final deep breaths to try and calm themselves before the starter calls the race.
All right, we are underway. So keep your eye on lanes 4. That's the Romanian Catalan Chirilla. And right next to him, the Brazilian Ezequias Queiroz. They are the two that we're expecting to dominate this race, but canoeing is a funny sport, hilarious in fact. Anything can happen, and as we're seeing here already, it looks like Alfonsi from Italy, who has not read the form guide, and he's going to go out there and try and upset these two very well-credentialed paddlers. But it is Ezequias from Brazil. He's gone out to take an early lead. It looks like Chirilla next to him in the all dark blue is paddling his own race at the moment, and Alfonsi from Italy. It's a race in 3 at the moment, and I guess at least, I mean, there are a couple of paddlers who are just back a little bit, but if they wanted to just take it easy because they've got that spot in the final, then that would be understandable. Interestingly, that Karachev from the Independent Nation, though, he's up there in the outside in lane 8, so they might not be able to see him from the middle of the course.
No, I think these guys, though, they're experienced enough. They'll run their own race. They'll know exactly where they're at right through the race and make sure that they're doing everything they can to get through. As you see them just pull through in 1 and 2 like we expected there, but looking very, very comfortable as we come into the last 100 meters. Those red boys there, that marks the last 100 maybe. The Italian there, Alfonsi, he's in 3rd. The Independent Nations, he's on the outside. We've said it time and time again, racing on the outside is difficult, but 1 and 2 look to be Romania and Brazil. They look like they're going to go through quite comfortably through to tomorrow's final. I think maybe the Italian will pick up 3rd
Oh, yeah,
position there.
I think only at least because I think Chirilla maybe stopped paddling, maybe 5 or 6 meters before the finish line. He could maybe, I mean, I'd be interested to see that replay. It looked like 5 meters before the finish line, maybe he got the tip of his boat in front, but he stopped paddling, and Isakias came back over the top of him. It doesn't matter. They're both safely through. But that was the race that we were expecting between those two seasoned paddlers. Ezequias, I think, got the nod in the end. But let's have a look at. I'd be fascinated to see the replay. I reckon Chirilla stopped paddling before the finish line, and as a result, slipped out of the lead and into 2nd. But great race from both of them. I didn't see. Did you see who got 3rd in the end? Was it the Czech or the Independent Nation paddler?
I think potentially the Italian. Could be wrong though.
All right, let's wait and see
Let's
when we see them cross the finish line. Yeah. It was a great finish. So I reckon Chirilla's got his nose in front as we get up towards the finish line. And look, he's stopped and he's coasted to the finish line. Oh, yeah. Wow. If that was a final, Elise would, and you were Caitlin Chirilla's coach, you would be absolutely ropeable, wouldn't you? That he stopped paddling where he did. I mean, it doesn't matter here, but you would be ropeable, wouldn't you?
I think so. But what's really interesting as well is when you've got two athletes of this caliber drawing the same semi-final, typically that means they're not, even if they get 1st and 2nd, they're not going to draw next to each other in the final because if we have 3 semis, as an example, there's lots of different draws, but the winners of each semi-final will be in lane 4, 5, and 6.